quietly impacting every business in America. An epidemic that impacts most every worker at some time in their career. This epidemic, the epidemic of employee disengagement, is one that all of us can overcome. This morning, Scott is thrilled to address this issue with you this morning. Scott, and his speech.
It's a Tuesday morning. You walk into your office, sit down at your computer. Another day. It could be a Thursday. You really don't care. At one point in your life, you did. But over time, it's just another day. You ever do a job like this? Sound familiar to anybody out there at any time in their career? Well, guess what? Gallup did a research poll every year for the past 10 years. And last year, employee disengagement cost us over $3 billion to our economy. $3 billion. If something costs us $3 billion, you would expect it to be all over the news. Those should be called to order. There should be debates. We talk more about gun violence. We talk more about steroids in Major League Baseball. $3 billion. Towers and Perrin followed that research up with their own research. And in their employee engagement survey, they found that the top 1/5 of companies in their industry have profit margins 9% higher than anybody else in their industry. The bottom fifth, 12% lower. If you're an organization and you realize there's one thing you can do to create a 9% growth in your profits, you do it. Fabio, you own a business.
Yes,
Are you interested in 9% growth in your profits?
absolutely.
Are you interested in avoiding 12% decrease in profits?
Absolutely.
It doesn't take brain surgery science here, folks. It's an easy problem to address, but nobody addresses it. When you went to work, you didn't look for the most monotonous job you could possibly find. You went to work because you were excited. And what you found was something different. But what is employee engagement? Is employee engagement happiness? Can you go to work and be happy but not engaged? If there's a foosball table at work, if you get a 3-hour break in the afternoon to go to the gym, would that make you happy? Free food every day. A keg of beer on Fridays. Are you happy with that? Does that engage you? Job satisfaction. You go to work, you do your job. You get paid well. You like the people you work with. Nobody's mean to you. It seems okay. But is that employee engagement? Employee engagement is the ability to unlock the best in people. The best in people. To have them use their discretionary efforts in a way that's going to make them be better than they could ever possibly hope to be. If you want to unlock this in people, focus. Focus on 3 important things. How do you drive their competence? How do you drive your people's commitment? And how do you drive your people's connectedness to your organization? Everybody is different. What Joe needs is different than what Jim needs. What Jim needs is different than what I need. What we all need is for individuals to take responsibility for their own engagement, to speak to their supervisors and their managers, and for managers to realize that you're killing our economy because you don't care if your people are engaged. I will now gladly take questions and comments regarding employee engagement and this epidemic sweeping the country. Creed.
Can you cite some examples of how corporations have successfully increased that engagement?
Absolutely. One of the best examples out there of a company that found a way to increase employee engagement is Apple. When Apple set out to create new products, they did two amazing things that are rarely done. They had the gall to ask their people, what do you want from a workplace? And then when their people told them, they listened. They found that their workers, because they were largely millennials and Generation Xers, wanted something different from the traditional workers, those folks that may have been born in the 1940s and 50s. They wanted to be developed within their job. They wanted opportunities to advance, and they wanted the ability to be creative on their own and come up with their own ideas, not be told what could be done. And we've seen what happened to Apple over the past 20 years.
Please, yes, please.
Denise, did you have a question? Oh yeah, I should take a bite. Karen.
My wife works for the government. How do you engage government?
It's actually not that hard to do. Engagement doesn't have to do with money. Engagement has to do with your connection to what you do on a daily basis. If her boss was to approach her on a regular basis, find out what she really wanted from work, what skills she needed to be able to develop for her individual job, how to unlock her potential, and then find something that connected her to the organization and the mission of what she was trying to do. So even if she is a DMV worker, and we've all been to the DMV and they are not the most engaged people, but if you're connected with a DMV worker that understands my mission isn't just to give people a license, but to give people the freedom of mobility around this great country of ours, to provide for the safety, not just of myself, but of everybody else that's out there, and to help people explore this world that we live in. You can unlock that potential. You can even empower and engage those people that work in government jobs. Other questions?
I can speak now. What do you think is the root cause of employee disengagement?
I think there are two huge root causes for it. The first one is apathy on the part of managers. Managers are not necessarily given the freedom nor evaluated in a way that drives them to develop the engagement of their employees. And the second is just tradition. As American business evolved, it evolved through many stages. And we still have so many individuals that are stuck in the 1950s in that autocratic do-as-you're-told mentality. I'm the boss, I know all. But if you as a supervisor or manager or leader are willing to open yourself up to realize not only don't you have all the answers, but you don't even have all the questions, then you can begin to develop your employees' engagement. But until you open your mind, you will always get what you always received. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I look forward to you taking the role of engaging your employees in the future.